In this video I'm going to show you how to clean the fan and the cooling fins inside the PlayStation 3 Slim. Now some people think that the Slim has a self-cleaning mode. This isn't true. What they're doing is they're holding down the eject button and then they push in the power cord. This kicks on the fan into high speed. It's just a fan test. It's not a cleaning mode or anything, and I don't advise doing that because it really doesn't clean anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing apart and show you how to clean the fan and the cooling fins. Word of warning, you may void your warranty because there's a sticker right here you have to remove to get to a screw. You take this sticker off and damage it, it'll void your warranty. This is a used unit, so I'm not concerned about a warranty on it, but I'll show you how to get inside there and clean everything up. Okay, the things you're going to need to open and clean this: you're going to need a can of compressed air, you're going to need alcohol and Q-tips, you're going to need a small screwdriver set, and if you're worried about the sticker on the back, you need a hair dryer. I'll show you how to get that off with that. The most important thing you're going to need is a torque security bit. It looks like a hexagonal head, but it has a small hole in the middle. There are 3 screws on the PlayStation that can only be removed with these. You're going to need the T8 version. It's very small. I don't know if you can see the hole in there, but it's the T8 version that you're going to need to open this up. These tools are not expensive at all. I bought this whole set for $7, so it's nothing to... They're not hard to find either. So let's get started. Okay, let's start by removing the security sticker. Here's the front, here's the sticker. You did not see me remove this. I don't advise anyone to remove it. Just a word of warning. So what I do is I take a hair dryer, heat it up. That heats the glue up under there, and then you can slowly remove. There, sticker off, not damaged or anything. Save that. You want to put it back on. The next thing we're going to do is remove the screw covers. Here's the front of the PlayStation. You're going to remove this, 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 and this. You can see this one's missing. You will not touch this one. I'll have it in the diagram. Very simple. Just take a very small flat-headed screwdriver, stick it under the edge, and that'll pop right up. That exposes the screw underneath. So you work your way around, pop these out, exposing the screw. The corner ones are made of rubber, so you know which ones those are. There, I have all the screws exposed that we're going to remove. Remember, this one doesn't come off. There's no screw underneath it, so I'll remove these screws next. Pretty simple. You just work your way around, take the screws out. They're pretty long screws. I won't bore you with removing all of them, so I'll cut back when they're finished. Okay, through the magic of film editing, I've removed all of these screws. Except that, remember, there's no screw under there. Can't open the case yet. So what they've done is they've put 3 screws, one here, and one here. This is where we use the TX or the Torx T8 bit that I was talking about. This little thing right here to remove those. I don't know why they did this. If it's to prevent people from opening the case, I don't know why they didn't use the same system all the way around, but it's really an annoyance more than anything. So what I did is I put my bit inside here. I lost my screwdriver, so it just goes, the hole goes in there into the security bit, and we'll take these 3 screws out. You can see by the diagram, I'll jump ahead in the film again, but these 3 will come out. Okay, I've removed the 3 screws. You can see right here the holes that went there. Don't lose those. Now you're ready to open the case. All you have to do is be careful, turn it over, and this will be able to slide right up. You pick up the back, leave the front forward, and then it should lift right off. There's what you paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. Now I'm going to show you how to remove this and the power supply so you can clean in there, because you need to clean the blades of the fan. There's cooling fins in here, and you need to clean the power supply out. That gets loaded with dust too. Okay, we're going to remove this power supply next. There's 2 screws in here, one here and one right here. But first we have to disconnect these 2 connectors. Pretty simple. This one over here, you just squeeze the tab thing, wiggle it up, comes right off. The one over here, you can take your little tiny flathead screwdriver, there's a groove here, and then work that up. Don't just pull on the cables without assisting it, because you might pull one of the wires out. And now you've exposed your 2 screws right here. So we'll just take those out. They don't like to be friendly, so I grab my needle nose pliers and I'll just pull them out. Okay, now the power supply is ready to come out. What you're going to do is you're going to lift. Should come straight up because it rests on 2 prongs on this side. There's your power supply. Okay, these are the 2 prongs that I was talking about, so it's going to lift up right off there. You can see the cooling fins here now. And then next we're going to remove the fan. And that's just by 2 screws too, one here and one here. Remove these 2 screws. Don't pull it out yet, because the fan is also connected to the board. So you can see by that connector right there. So you can see the little clip down there. You can use your screwdriver again. That should pull right up. Like so. The wires are harnessed in here, so you need to work them through. There's your fan. What you're going to do is clean the blades. You can see these blades are very clean because I keep this unit clean, but it's important to expose all this because dust does collect underneath everything in here. The cooling fans here and on this side. So now we'll begin cleaning. Okay, now you're going to take your can of compressed air and blow this thing clean. Do not stick it inside the disk drive and blow. You may damage the Blu-ray player in there. So just don't blow in there. Everything else is okay. You may be surprised at what you blow out of this, just this part right here. The first time I did it, I had chunks of dust bunnies come out. So that's how you clean that part. Now we'll take the power supply. You can do the same thing. It's really not much to worry about in here, so just you'll get a lot of dust that comes out of this too. With this, you can blow it off at first, but we're going to clean this by hand with the Q-tips and alcohol, and I'll show you that next. Okay, we're going to clean the fan with Q-tips and alcohol. Why alcohol? Because it dries very fast. You don't want to use water because that'll sit in there. All you do is wipe down the blades really well. This is a very clean unit, so I don't have to take too much time, but you get the idea. Just run through each blade on both sides of the blade. Clean off wherever you see dust. Change your Q-tip when it gets dirty, and you'll have clean blades. Okay, make sure you take your time and clean it well, and your unit should do pretty well. Now, in the other video that I had about elevating the unit, you can see the circuit board underneath all this. So everything, all the chips, the board and everything are under all this metal, and they're right against the bottom of this case. So when you put it down flat on a surface, it's insulating, it's keeping all that heat inside here, and this little fan has to work and blow through everything to keep that board nice and cool. You can see it only comes through. This is the intake. There's a little bit on the side. What it does is it sucks air into the case. The fan takes it, it blows it through these fins. It comes out the other side of these fins, and it actually blows through your power supply and out the back. So you can see how all of this would get full of dust and dirt very easily, and how it's difficult to cool off because of how slim it is, insulating the board underneath. So now that we have it clean, we have to put it back together, and we'll start by putting the fan back in first, because that's the last thing we took out. Okay, we'll put the fan back in its housing. It doesn't go in this way. You should know which way it goes in. The wires go toward the back. Here's the front of your unit, because it has to plug in. So just slide that into place, screw it back in. Okay, you're going to tighten your screws. And remember that this cable snakes under this little arm. There's a plastic arm here. You had to see it when you took it apart. It snakes underneath, under this little arm, and then plug it back in. There's only one way to plug it in. Make sure that it's all the way in, and then push the, I don't know if all the units have this piece of tape over that, but push that back on. There, your fan is back in, clean and in. Okay, now for the power supply. Remember that on the board there are two prongs when you pull it off. The two prongs go in here. Push it straight down on top so you don't bend these prongs. Keep your wires out of the way. It should go in pretty easily. Like so. Press down in. So you you will put your screws back in, then plug it back in. Okay, your two screws go back in. I'm going to cut away with video because this takes a little bit of fumbling. I don't want to waste your time. Okay, after about 1,000 fumbles, I finally got these two screws in. They are a pain. Now what you do is you plug your connectors back in. Easier to go in than they were to unplug. Everything's back together, clean. You take your cover. There are 3 curved hooks here. I don't know if you can see. These 3 hooks will actually go underneath these 3 catches right here. So just like when we took off the back, you want to lead this in with the front, go back down, it's on. You can see, so hang on to it, you'll turn it over, put all your screws back in, all your screw caps, then you'll stick your warranty void sticker back on there, and you'll have a clean PlayStation 3. Okay, I have all the screws back in. The security bits are in, those annoying things. Now all you have to do is put your covers back on. The plastic ones, the harder plastic, you know, they'll go in. There are some that feel rubbery, those go in the corner. That's what's meant to elevate your unit. What a joke that is. Get all these back in. As I've said, I'm missing this one here. Finished. Now that you've seen the case open, you can see how dust gets in there. You can see that doing that fan check that some people think is the auto clean that won't do anything inside there. I forgot the security sticker. If you have trouble getting this back on, you can just heat it up again. Heat up that'll warm the glue up, and you stick it back down. Hold it till it cools. There you have it. Clean and ready to go. Elevate the unit. You won't suck as much dust in. It'll keep this cooler. Everything will work better. And to those who comment on using vertical stands, yes, you can use a vertical stand, but this is a cheaper way. A vertical stand is about $40. If you live in a hot area, they have intercoolers that plug onto the back that will help assist, but that isn't going to do much. If you're sucking in 90 degrees and you're going to be blowing out hot air anyway. So there's how you clean the PlayStation 3 Slim. Good luck. One more thing to add. We store ours in a plastic container when it's not in use, because a lot of dust will settle on this if it's just sitting out in the open. It may seem overkill, but this will save you a lot of trouble. Okay, good luck.